Hi everyone, back from Utah, and today I have a video that's free of spoilers, but whenever I do cover something in the future that could have a spoiler in it, as always, I'll put a giant spoiler warning before that section so you can easily skip it if you want. Also, I didn't record an intro, so just hit like, sub, and write a little comment or else I'm going to fall off. And we can't have that, now can we? So, after the second Sonic Movie 3 trailer released, as well as the recent scene they put out on social media, the full-on hype cycle has finally begun, where they are now airing many different spots to promote the movie in comparison to before where everything was really sparse. Which, while the second trailer we saw was carefully made and shots were selectively picked, these new ones aren't nearly as carefully planned to that degree. With what we're covering today being one of the most surprising things from these trailers, and that's the appearance of the unknown purple-haired girl Sega teased in a Tails tube quite a long time ago, with Sega hiding her among the Sonic Unleashed NPCs we all know and love. Which, who doesn't love the most powerful Sonic character, Professor Pickle? And this new character's appearance is something fans were quick to initially point out, not just because, of course, we've never seen her before, but also because the art style between her and the other Unleashed characters is very different looking. But with her now being included as an Easter egg in Sonic Movie 3, Sega is doing something I don't believe anyone has ever done before, ever. And I mean like in the entire history of time and space. So it's extremely bizarre and cool because Sega is actually referencing something that isn't even out yet and probably won't be for around a year from now. And what in particular they're referencing by showing this woke purple-haired liberal is a character presumed by the entire community to play a very significant role in the next Gen 3 mainline game, aka the next mainline Sonic game, which currently has the placeholder title of Frontiers 2, a title that will be changed and revealed later down the cycle next year. And while this game will almost certainly release within the next year or two, the reveal looks like it's going to be happening much sooner, and that's because the text under this has the date 12/30/24 start, referring to December 30th of this year, and likely hinting at the reveal of said title, which, with Shadow Generations being made by a different team than the mainline developers, and let's be honest, being a really small section overall, the 3-year mark from Frontiers would make sense for a next title, especially considering they don't have to start from scratch again like they did after Forces, and the foundation for this next title was already created during the development of Frontiers. So I would not be surprised if we get our first inklings of the next game as soon as December 30th, which is less than 2 weeks away from now. And with us just getting Crossworlds announced, something I'm actively getting new info about to make a video on as we speak, and with that title being developed by Sega and not Sonic Team, that means all the resources from the main Sonic team are being funneled into what's being referred to as Frontiers 2, at the same time as all these other projects are being created. And this new title will be the second Gen 3 Sonic game ever, showing a more polished view of what the next decade or so of mainline Sonic games are going to look like. And for those who aren't aware because they don't watch enough of my videos, Kishimoto, the director of basically all recent mainline Sonic games, has established a classification that Boost games are all Gen 2, and that Frontiers Open Zone format marks the first Gen 3 game, with his next one being a follow-up to that formula. However, Gen 2 Sonic games will still release just alongside the new Gen 3 games. And many people did initially think this purple-haired woe man would be playing a role in Frontiers or one of its updates, but as we all know now, that was not the case for that game. However, with Sonic Movie 3 being the first resurgence of her since she was just teased in a tiny video for their socials, it's believed by basically everyone that she is going to be a decently significant character in this next mainline title. But since the movie is far more significant than a shitty little Tails tube, her appearance in the next mainline game is going to be for real this time. And the 2 leaks on this title that both line up, which I made a full video on that you can watch here, but they both say this next game will feature a lot of NPCs, of which one of them does say they won't be humans, making me even more think that this purple-haired girl will be a more prominent story character and not just an NPC like the Sonic Unleashed characters she was hidden among. Something I'm really excited to see how they pull off. And with Sonic Movie 3 recently referencing a scene from Shadow's story in Sonic at Shadow Generations, a game that came out in late October, Paramount is clearly working very closely with Sega on this project, and using something like this to subtly tease something from a game that's not even released yet seems like an insanely clever move, and one that is not out of the realm of possibility here, like at all. But what do you guys think? Do you think this girl is going to play a significant role in the next title, or was the Tails tube and now putting her in Sonic Movie 3 all a cruel tease at our fragile little hearts that will all lead to nothing? Knowing smile or knowing frown? Only our favorite Fedora lorefather knows. Please, save me, Ian Flynn. Save me! But that's all. Quick video. I have a bunch coming out. I want to start dropping a lot more frequently. And drop a like to support for free. Join my epic Discord where I'm planning to do another watch party because those are always fun. And I'm doing a vote there in my releases channel on what we should watch. Double check you're subbed as Big Man Sometimes Removey Subscribey. And lots of love. Peace! Bye-bye.
Subscribe.